Welcome to the Gentle Verse, a moment to slow down and reflect on the Quran, one verse at a time. May these words bring calm to your heart and guide you toward deeper understanding. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today, we'll reflect on verses 17 through 24 of Surah Al-Baqarah. These verses paint striking images of hypocrisy, remind us of the call to worship Allah alone, and present a timeless challenge that affirms the Quran's divine truth. Verse 17. مَثَلُهُمْ كَمَثَلِ الَّذِي اسْتَوْقَدَ نَارًا فَلَمَّا أَضَاءَتْ مَا حَوْلَهُ ذَهَبَ اللَّهُ بِنُورِهِمْ وَتَرَكَهُمْ فِي ظُلُمَاتٍ لَا يُبْصِرُونَ. The example of them is like one who kindled a fire, but when it illuminated all around him, Allah took away their light and left them in darkness, so they could not see. This parable describes the hypocrites. At first, they had a spark of light, a moment of guidance, a chance to see clearly. But because they did not hold firmly to it, Allah removed their light. What remained was only darkness, doubt, disbelief, and hypocrisy. Ibn Kathir explains, Allah left them in the darkness of their doubts, disbelief, and hypocrisy. They mingle with believers, they imitate their acts of worship, but inside, their hearts remain locked in disbelief. Another layer of meaning is that their darkness will follow them beyond this world, into the grave and into the punishment of the fire. They see nothing of goodness anymore. Just as the Quran says, that is because they believed, then disbelieved. So their hearts were sealed, and they do not understand. And their loss does not affect them alone. Like fire that once gave light, when it is extinguished, those who depended on it are also left in darkness. Allah gives another parallel in Surah Al-Jumu'ah. The likeness of those who were entrusted with the Torah, then failed to uphold it, is like that of a donkey carrying books. Al-Jumu'ah, verse 5. Knowledge without faith is a burden, not a light. Verse 18. Summa bukmun umyun fahum la yarji'un. Deaf, dumb, and blind, so they will not return. This is the state of the hypocrites after losing their light. Deaf, they no longer hear goodness. Dumb, they do not speak words that benefit them. Blind, their inner sight cannot see the truth. Ibn Kathir writes, they are deaf to good, dumb from speaking what benefits, and blind in their misguidance and blindness of the heart. As-Subdi adds, at first they were in the darkness of shirk, then they embraced Islam and recognized what is halal and haram, but later they turned back to disbelief, and so they no longer knew right from wrong. Thus they cannot return to guidance. They exchanged the path of truth for the path of misguidance. Verse 19. أو كصيب من السماء فيه ظلمات ورعد وبرق يجعلون أصابعهم في آذانهم من الصواعق حذر الموت والله محيط بالكافرين. Or like a rainstorm from the sky, within which is darkness, thunder, and lightning. They thrust their fingers in their ears against the thunderclaps, in fear of death. But Allah encompasses the disbelievers. This is another parable. The Quran is like rain. Within it are verses of warning, like darkness and thunder, and verses of hope, like flashes of lightning. But the hypocrites cover their ears, They are afraid of what the warnings mean. To them, a believer who obeys is like someone who has lost his mind, submitting himself fully. So they resist, pretending not to hear. Allah shows us the difference between believers and disbelievers. Believers push through hardship because they hope for paradise. Disbelievers run from hardship because they have no hope beyond this world. As Allah says, "Do not weaken in pursuit of the enemy. If you suffer, they suffer as you suffer. But you hope from Allah what they do not hope." An-Nisa 104. Verse 20. يَكَادُ الْبَرْقُ يَخْطَفُ أَبْصَارَهُمْ كُلَّمَا أَضَاءَ لَهُمْ مَشَوْا فِيهِ وَإِذَا أَظْلَمَ عَلَيْهِمْ قَامُوا وَلَوْ شَاءَ اللَّهُ لَذَهَبَ بِسَمْعِهِمْ وَأَبْصَارِهِمْ إِنَّ اللَّهَ عَلَى كُلِّ شَيْءٍ قَدِيرٌ. The lightning almost snatches away their sight. Whenever it flashes for them, they walk therein. But when darkness falls upon them, they stand still. And if Allah willed, He could take away their hearing and their sight. Indeed, Allah is over all things competent. This verse reflects their unstable faith. When they hear verses they like, verses of mercy or ease, they follow. But when they hear commands that feel heavy or warnings they dislike, they stop. Abdullah ibn Ubay bin Salul, the leader of the hypocrites, once marched with Muslims to battle at Uhud, but then turned back halfway, showing this same inconsistency. Allah reminds, if He willed, He could remove hearing and sight altogether. That He does not is a mercy, but they fail to use these gifts as they should. Verses 19 and 20 together describe hypocrites who are hesitant, shaky in their faith, unlike those in verses 17 and 18 who were deeply entrenched in hypocrisy. Verse 21. يَا أَيُّهَا النَّاسِ اعْبُدُوا رَبَّكُمُ الَّذِي خَلَقَكُمْ وَالَّذِينَ مِن قَبْلِكُمْ لَعَلَّكُمْ تَتَّقُونَ. O mankind, worship your Lord, who created you and those before you, that you may become righteous. Now the tone shifts. After warning comes an invitation, not only to believers, but to all humanity. Worship Allah alone, the one who created you, and every generation before you. The purpose? That you may attain taqwa, God consciousness. Verse 22. الذي جعل لكم الأرض فراشا والسماء بناء وأنزل من السماء ماء فأخرج به من الثمرات رزقا لكم فلا تجعلوا لله أندادا وأنتم تعلمون. He who made the earth a resting place for you, and the sky a canopy, and sent down from the sky water, bringing forth fruits as provision for you. So do not set up rivals to Allah while you know. Reflect on His gifts, the earth beneath your feet, the sky above as a protected roof, the rain that brings fruits and sustenance. None but Allah provides this. In the Quran, when Allah uses the word ma'an, it refers to beneficial rain. But when He uses matar, it is often for punishment. So, knowing this, how could anyone worship others beside Him? Verse 23. وَإِن كُنتُمْ فِي رَيْبٍ مِّمَّا نَزَّلْنَا عَلَىٰ عَبْدِنَا فَأْتُوا بِسُورَةٍ مِّن مِّثْلِهِ وَادْعُوا شُهَدَاءَكُم مِّن دُونِ اللَّهِ إِن كُنتُمْ صَادِقِينَ. And if you are in doubt about what we have sent down upon our servant, then produce a surah like it, and call your witnesses besides Allah, if you are truthful. Here is the challenge. When the Prophet ﷺ was still in Mecca, Allah challenged the Quraysh, masters of poetry, to produce a book like the Quran. Later, the challenge narrowed. Produce 10 surahs like it. Then, just one surah. Finally, even a single verse. But none could. Even though poetry and eloquence were their pride, they failed. In frustration, they accused the Prophet himself of inventing it, though he was ummi, unable to read or write. Verse 24. فَإِن لَمْ تَفْعَلُوا وَلَنْ تَفْعَلُوا فَاتَّقُوا النَّارَ الَّتِي وَقُودُهَا النَّاسُ وَالْحِجَارَةُ أُعِدَّتْ لِلْكَافِرِينَ. But if you do not, and you will never be able to, then fear the fire, whose fuel is men and stones, prepared for the disbelievers. The challenge will never be met, so the warning stands. The fire is fueled not by wood, but by men and stones, the very idols they worshipped. The Prophet said the fire was kindled for 1,000 years until it turned red, then for 1,000 until it turned white, then for 1,000 until it turned black. It is now black and dark. Tirmidhi. Its heat even reaches this world, in the form of the summer heat we feel. Closing reflection. These verses take us through vivid parables of hypocrisy, doubt, and disbelief, but also the mercy of Allah's invitation. The hypocrite's light is lost. Their ears are closed, their eyes blinded. Some are deeply entrenched. Others hesitate between belief and disbelief. Yet, in the middle of these warnings, Allah turns to all of humanity with a gentle call. Worship your Lord who created you. The Quran stands as an unmatched miracle, proof of its divine origin. Those who doubt are challenged, but none can answer. For those who reject, the fire awaits. But for those who believe, these verses are a reminder of the gift of guidance, the blessing of rain, the beauty of creation, and the unmatched mercy of Allah.